Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing. Testing, testing. And we are back. We've been having some technical difficulties today. We appreciate your patience with us today. What were we talking about?
We were talking about Dragon Age,
Yes, we are.
as one of the video games that we mentioned as being, as Hawk put it, good for developing empathy.
Yes.
Now, let me pop this down here, right here, exactly what it says. Examples of highly empathy-building solo games was Dragon Age, and this was for its social political leanings in the story.
Yes.
The first game of the Dragon series was called Dragon Age Origins, 2009. And then in 2010, there was Dragon Age Origins Awakening, which was a expansion pack. So it's the same game.
Yes.
Followed by Dragon Age 2 in 2011. Followed by Dragon Age Inquisition, which was in 2014. And supposed to be in fall of 2024 is Dragon Age The Veilguard.
Yeah.
Again, these are, that's the whole series there. And they are good for building empathy and social economic understanding.
At the very least, with the first couple of Dragon Ages.
Social political.
Socio-political. Yes. As for the new one, we will have to see when it comes out.
Right. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah. Also on my list are some BioWare games back when BioWare was concerned with putting out quality RPGs before they fell off of that. This is when BioWare put out Neverwinter Nights. They also put out Knights of the Old, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and Jade Empire.
Right. I do want to point out that many of these games are now owned by Beamdog, and they are, most of them, called Enhanced Editions. So we have Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Edition, Baldur's Gate Siege of Dragonspear, and then we finally have Baldur's Gate 3, which is not by Beamware at all. Yes.
GGS is the Therapeutic and Applied Geek and Gaming Summit. They're open for submissions. We should talk about something specific.
Yeah, we need to. I that's on my to-do list. I need to figure out something to submit to tags. If not, figure out how to get into tags. Because I got to find out the dates, Karen Echo Cake, and I need to figure out whether or not we can attend, or whether or not we can just, or if I just have to submit a paper or something for them to go over. But we'll try to get involved with that. There are other people besides us who work in the therapeutic applied gaming worlds. So April 4th, 2025, might be able to make it.
Thanks for the heads up.
Okay. So back on the topic of Beamdog, also has Icewind Dale, Planescape Torment, and Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Editions. All of those were originally owned by the company you just mentioned.
It's BioWare.
BioWare.
Yeah. And give me just a moment. It seems we're dealing with some more technical difficulties, but it looks
Does that include the echo?
Possibly, but I'm going to double check it. Keep on talking. I'll be right back.
Thank you for Karen Echo Cake for saying that we're really good.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. And our original mission was always that rising tide floats all boats. So we want to make it better for all the other organizations. And we want all of our organizations to work together not to be in our own individual silos. But when people see money, that's how silos get made. And because we are a true nonprofit, we don't make money. Solidarity, yeah! We're not communists. So we definitely talk about Neverwinter Nights in our teachings. We use Neverwinter Nights as part of our teaching. Everybody who goes through our classes downloads a copy of Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition that the last time I checked was extremely cheap, like $9. You can get it on Steam, etc., or GOG, and of course on Beamdog. You can even get it on Google Play. But the Neverwinter Nights, like the other ones that are based on D&D, was as close as you could get to playing the tabletop game and being a computer game that existed, to include the fact that you could have somebody run as the dungeon master. Baldur's Gate 3 now has create your own module abilities, but it doesn't yet have you can be a dungeon master, and by dungeon master I mean actively interfering with gameplay, actively taking over an NPC, so you don't know if it's the computer talking to you with a scripted line or if it's the actual dungeon master putting input in real time. And these are games that definitely are modder friendly. They practically demand that you're a modder to play these games. I mean, no, you don't have to be a modder, but they really want you to mod, and they'll give you all the tools you need to do so. I'm assuming people are still listening to me.
Yes.
Did you have anybody else on your list to talk about?
Oh, I have a bunch. But speaking of modding, I also have Elder Scrolls, which includes Skyrim, which has a very, very active modding community.
Yes, definitely. And it is a role-playing game, computer role-playing game per our definitions.
Now, I wanted to quickly, blaze through a couple, because one of the things that I wanted to get into, which is something that I came across, is there's at least 3 video games that are kind of in this really gray area that some people I've seen discussions are trying to determine whether or not they're actually role-playing games.
Well, that is a hard definition, and one of the few things that I think that makes it easier to narrow. One, does the character evolve or grow? Now, if you look at the original Zelda,
Right?
the original Zelda games, your character changed nothing. Nothing changed from the beginning of the story to the end of the story. The only thing that changed was different equipment.
That, and you got more health.
And that is...
Something.
It's barely something.
But
it is something.
That is a JRPG, and that is a discussion for another week.
Well, I would also say that it's not a JRPG because it's not an RPG. It's a Japanese computer game.
I'm saying that discussion is... the questions I have aren't for Zelda.
Okay, so what game would you say...
I have 3.
You have 3 games you want to know whether or not they qualify as RPGs or if they're just a game.
God of War.
God of War. RPG. Character growth. Communication. Decisions make an impact to the ending, as opposed to some games, no matter what your decisions are, you're always going to get to the same ending.
Grand Theft Auto.
That's a good one to twist.
See? Yeah.
Your character can learn skills. It does change the story and the game completely based on how you're running it.
Yeah.
does your character statistically grow in any manner other than more money, more guns?
Right.
Red Dead Redemption.
That was the other one that's on my list. Red Dead, because I feel like I haven't played Red Dead Redemption, but I kept on getting the feeling like Red Dead Redemption is basically GTA in the West.
It kind of is, and there's some ridiculous videos.
Oh, I've seen some wonderful videos for it.
Well, I'm not talking wonderful videos. I'm talking, did you know that if you do all these actions, pick up the train and hit Bob with it,
Yeah.
and all this stuff, you'll get the secret ending. No, it's garbage.
Right.
But it feels like a role-playing game. It feels like your decisions matter.
But is your character evolving? That's my argument for GTA, because I like GTA definitely. GTA definitely does feel role-play-y, but I can't remember if your character evolves.
Yeah. And people who play those games, please feed us in there whether or not you think are you playing the role of author Dent and it's different based on your decisions? Your decisions matter.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, Arthur is the main characters. Your decisions matter, but does your character have any growth?
Right. And this is, what we're having issues with is
it still a role-playing game if you still have socialization and the story, your character may grow within the story, but not physically grow?
Right.
Does that eliminate it from being a role-playing game?
Yeah.
And that's a fine line decision that needs to be made by a person judging it. And I don't think that RPG research has yet put down in writing our definitive definitions that change it. Arthur has the potential of growth emotionally. Storyline, yes, and that is sometimes all important. Unlike Zelda,
right,
or Samus is in what game? What we get?
Metroid.
Metroid. Unlike Metroid, where your only growth is in equipment, you don't grow as a character storyline wise. You don't grow your character statistically wise outside of equipment. That doesn't count. And your decisions will bring you to the exact same ending.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Right.
So, yes, emotionally and as a person, then I think that leans more towards a role-playing game.
Right.
If they're changing. If
these are the weeds.
Yeah, these are the weeds, and these are important questions. Yes. Where's that fine line? I mean, some games that we have dismissed as interactive fiction supposedly had hidden die rolls.
Right.
And these were computer interactive fiction. So,
like, I know that in later weeks we're going to be talking about like the Telltale games, which we enjoy, but we tend to classify closer to being interactive fiction, the hybrid between interactive fiction and computer games. But
it's a computerized interactive fiction,
right?
And it's still a game, but is it a role-playing game?
Because here's the thing with I've seen some stories, for example, with God of War, where there is a narrative arc. You're seeing the character change over time, narratively speaking, but the story's already been preset, and your decisions basically decide how are you going to get to the predetermined end. There is only one end.
Well, Telltale games like standard interactive fiction, and which includes choose codes, choose your own adventure.
Yes.
Without copyright infringement here, none intended.
Or trademark infringement, yeah.
Trademark infringement. Telltale Games is like a choose your own adventure with really cool illustrations.
Right. And looks like with all of the technical difficulties we are I think over time.
Yeah, I do want to point out real quickly though, two other games to mention.
Yes.
We need to mention Life is Strange.
Yes.
And guess what? There are a lot of, please put up the link for Life is Strange. There is a lot of Life is Strange games, including a new one coming out. There is not just the first one and the second one. There's several of them, and I'm shocked by that. And there's one game, That Dragon Cancer, that came out in 2016. This is one of those things. It's like Shawshank Redemption, where you're not going to enjoy it, but you should play it anyways.
Yeah. There's a few stories that I've subjected to. Well, not even just stories, just books that I have subjected. For example, Hurt to, where I was like, oh no, it's important for you to watch it and consume it. Are you going to enjoy it? Not really.
Go to thatdragoncancer.com to learn more about That Dragon Cancer. It is a very good story.
Yes.
So what I need to do right now is call this for our 15-minute break. We apologized for all the technical difficulties. We will be back at 8:10.
Yes.
And we will continue on with the next part. Fortunately, we don't have a lot to unbox, and I think you can solve the first one quickly.
It's like the girly phrase that pain is beauty. Ooh, that is a loaded statement right there, a loaded concept that I'm not sure if I'm.
Do you want to go directly into traps and riddles?
Yeah, let's go directly into traps and riddles.
Let's go directly into traps and riddles. I forgot.
Do you want to skip the 10-minute break?
Yeah, that's what he's suggesting.
Okay, I don't think we need a break. I think we've had enough breaks.
All right, so I got the new folder, Challenge of Champions. I did forget to bring a mirror, so you have permission to use your phone as a mirror. Turn on the camera.
Oh, so you want me to, like... Do I have to duck lips?
You just figure out what you have to do.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to hand you here is your team.
Okay, my team.
Yep, we are still in second edition.
Okay.
Here's your score things with the name of all the places.
Oh, the new ones. Oh, the first one, by the way, is Hearth.
Or Hearth, if you're pronouncing it correctly.
Uh-huh.
All right, flippity floppity floops. Now, Challenge of Champions 3 by Jonathan M. Richards, the same guy who wrote the first two Challenge of Champions. The artwork is by Fred Rawls, and the cartography is by Diesel. Yeah, that's his entire name, Diesel. And that is the wrong illustrations. Those are old illustrations.
Those are old illustrations.
Oh my gosh.
You sent him the wrong ones.
No, I sent him the right links. What I didn't send him was the module.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, let me go ahead and correct that immediately, if not sooner. Oh gosh. We are going to take a 10-minute break, or however long for him to get the right materials up.
The train wreck continues.
Is today Friday the 13th on a Monday?
It feels like it. While we take this break, I'm going to check the moon phase. See if it's a full moon today.
Mercury is in retrograde.
We'll be back in 10 minutes.
All right. Attachment. I forgot to attach the stupid module.
I think we're still live.
Okay, let's go here. I don't feel stupid anymore, because what else is there to do? Smurfette was Gargamel's creation. Sassette was created by the Smurflings.
Is this the correct one?
Yes. And you just need the one on the left. But, you know, whatever he has to do to make... There was an ugly witch named Hagatha,
Uh-huh.
and Gargamel's godfather Balthazar.
I think we are streaming. Are we live? I think we're live.
Are we actually alive, or are we zombies?
Little peek at the what happens behind the scenes.
Okay. Well, if we're alive, I guess we should get smarted. We should get smurfing.
Let me let her know. Oh, you did this on purpose. So that they can see the... I think they had enough of the...
We're not a train wreck. We're a mining cart wreck. We're not big enough to have a train.
Oh, jeez. Okay. As Hearth. I'm getting a very good look at what this is. If I don't succeed on this one, then
You're allowed to see that picture. That picture is
Okay.
not going to scar you for life,
okay.
or no more than you deserve.
Ooh. Okay. I don't know if we scared people off with how bad it is today. Oh, geez.
You know, when they say Halloween horrors, this is not what we meant.
No, this isn't even the Halloween show. I don't even know where our Halloween show is going to be.
Do we get a Halloween show? Because yeah, we get a show just before Halloween,
Maybe.
which
We'll
is the 28th.
28.
But that's when we're going to talk about LARP.
Ooh. Okay.
But you know, LARP does include horror LARPs and echoing chambers. Or is that just here in the office?
I think that's just here in the office here. But if we're talking about LARPs around Halloween, then I can absolutely talk about my stuff with Vampire the Masquerade. Absolutely love Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah, that counts as a LARP.
It does.
Barely. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Uh-huh.
I played Vampire the Masquerade. I even wrote some of the stories.
I don't know how I might claim Halloween as a religious holiday.
That's easy. It is a religious holiday.
It is a religious holiday. Yeah. I mean, there's All Saints Day. There's
Well, All
Day of the
Saints
Dead?
Day is the day. Halloween's means it's All Hallows Eve. Oh, that was a joke. I don't have to explain All Hallows Eve and Samhain to you.
We are RPG research, you might as well.
Well, now I got to explain to the Samhain is the pagan holiday, which was renamed All Hallows Eve
Yeah.
by the Christians.
Which means that there's an All Hallows Day as opposed to an Eve.
Yeah, All Hallows Day or All Saints Day is November 1st. So they took over it. And one of the ironies of this previously religious holiday is that a lot of modern Christians have complained that Halloween has become too pagan with all the costumes and the candy giving and all the imagery.
Yeah.
And the funny part, or the ironic part, is they say, why can't we just bring this back to a harvest festival?
It is a harvest festival.
Well, that's it. All the Halloween costumes and the candy giving and the Nordocking and all the parts they're complaining about is pagan. It was introduced by the Christians. The pagans actually, it was a harvest festival. Yes, they believed that the veil between worlds was thinner at this time, but if you remove all of the Christian influence of it,
Yeah.
it comes back to its pagan roots of just a harvest festival. So the pagans will not complain about you stripping it back to its Celtic traditions.
Will they complain if I start, carving turnips instead of pumpkins?
They might.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, jack-o'-lantern was a turnip.
So,
Let's talk about
we're
our
not
story.
going to talk about how Christmas has pagan roots, but
Or Easter, or
Easter.
any of the other holidays, or how certain holidays are actually very racist in endeavors, or actually religiously unfavorable.
Wow, we have heard talking, trying to get us onto traps and riddles, but to wrap all of this religious talk back to role-playing games, this means that there could be different interpretations of, in-game role-playing game, fictional holidays based off of the different cultures in the role-playing, in the different cultures in your worlds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Holidays are important in world as well as in the real life.
Yes.
They're great for what's the word I'm looking for? They're great for world building.
Yes.
All
Back
right.
to traps and riddles.
All right. So we are playing traps and riddles.
Yes.
This is another riddle. Not riddle. I am so backtracked of explaining holidays to people. Calendars is one of my things. So we're going to do scenario number 1.
Yep.
As usual, he has 4 characters. It does not matter what their levels are.
Yeah.
All that matters is that they are fit for the tropes. A clerical or healer type person, that could be druids, bards, anybody who uses divine magic. He's got to have a fighter type, and that fighter type could be a paladin, a ranger, a barbarian, or a standard fighter. He's got the rogues, which could include bards or any of the people who use, skill monkeys.
Yeah.
And then you have the arcane magic user, whether that is a sorcerer, a magic user, a bard. Bards can fit multiple levels. Second edition bard could actually fit the cleric
Very well. Yes.
as well as the rogue, as well as the fighter.
Now I'm taking a look at my list over here because these are the new characters. I have Michael Wild Dog Trillion, a human male fighter. I have Joanny, the Firehearted. I'm not pronouncing the last name, which is a wizard. Geraldine, Golden Dawn, a Oh, that's a paladin. Yeah. And Scuddy Quick Flash, which is a thief. With the way this is printed out, it looked like I had two fighters, not a paladin. Okay.
It's Cerulean.
Cerulean.
All right, Fire-hearted Nizanthar.
Nice Anthar. Okay.
All right. So, while we're back to the main part of the story, let me go ahead and give you your entrance. We do have a 15-minute timeline. I don't know if you'll actually be able to see the 15-minute clock, but once I say the whistle blows, then your 15 minutes has begun. Or actually, this time when I say begin, the timer starts. He has 15 minutes to solve it. He has a few props in front of him. He may use his phone as one of the props because I forgot to bring that prop in.
Yep.
You step to the door and you find yourself in a 10-foot by 10-foot room. On the wall across from you is a fireplace, above which hangs the stuffed head of an ox. To the left stands a table, upon which rests a small hand mirror, a thin black wand, and two strips of paper, one covered with particular runes, the other with various letters. There are no other doors or windows, and I need to give you a wand. I meant to. Do we have an actual wand, or can I just grab you a pencil?
I have a pencil. I have a wand right here.
Okay, there's your wand. That's all you need. And plus, you got your mirror.
Yeah.
Good morning, says Luther, the guild rogue in charge of the first scenario. For this first test, you need to find a way to activate the secret door hidden in the fireplace hearth. No, don't bother looking for it. It's magical. Everything you need to open it is right here on the table. You need to pass through the secret door to move on to the subsequent scenarios. You've got 15 minutes to find a way to do so. Begin.
Okay.
15 minutes has started.
Yes. So.
I think you've already lost 2 minutes, so.
I think I will be fine with this. That isn't going to help me. Isn't going to help me at all. That's not a mirror. What was this way? Because I see a T, which is symmetrical. So I am going to try and just spell this out backwards. We have a T, L. Okay, this is half of it. This is half of it. I've been given this thing, which looks like it is half of a mirrored item or message. And I'm going to I am trying to mirror it.
Yeah, your phone really doesn't count. Isn't a very good mirror because.
No.
Yeah. I do apologize for that. I was intending to bring an actual mirror for you.
Yes.
As well as an actual wand. The kind that when you press the button, the tip lights up.
So,
Wait a minute.
Oh, we do have a mirror.
There's a mirror.
Wonderful. We have a mirror.
Show the camera.
Yes.
Mirror.
Let's see here.
Take a picture of it and mirror it on your phone.
I don't think this is going to work because I feel like half of it is reflected, so I'm dealing with the symmetrical thing.
Yes.
Yes. The
Yeah, it's a tough one to get it on there correctly. There were other images that we could show the audience, but I don't think it would help you because you can't print it out and
right.
post it on the thing there.
I feel like this is. How much time do I have left? I have 9 minutes left. This is weird.
Are you using the one that looks like runes or the one that looks...
I'm using this one.
Huh.
Let's try this one. I have another strip. Right? Yeah, I don't think the 2 minutes would have helped either.
Can I see the...
This one?
Yeah, and let me see the mirror. No, not that one. The other one. Let me see the mirror. Because this should just work.
It should just work.
Yeah.
Unless I've been given faulty materials, in which case if I fail, then it's too bad. Is it working? The wizard brings the strip over to the proctor to ask whether or not this is the correct thing that I should have been gotten, or if this is... Yes, M is for Murphy today. Murphy's on set today. Any help?
I know what it's supposed to say, and I can't read it.
You know what it's supposed to say, and you cannot read it.
I hope it cut out the right answer, but let me go ahead and give you the answer for that. It should say, aim it at ox mouth.
Aim it at Oxmouth.
Yeah, and I'm beginning to wonder if that was the correct thing they gave me.
I see the ox.
Can you see the ox? I can't see the ox or the word mouth.
I see it. I see it.
The fact that you were doing it correctly tells me I should give it to you.
Okay, so what it is it is horizontal and it is horizontal and mirrored. Yeah.
Ah, that is vicious.
That is vicious. That is a vicious one. I am just saying right now that I have failed this one. I know I failed this one. I've got 5 minutes left. I know I only have,
Well, don't give up.
don't give up.
That was wow. Okay, it's fair, but not.
Yeah.
All right, so try to solve the last piece.
Okay, so the last one is aiming at the oxmouth, and I've got WACRBHOASADOLODRMIZ. Is that an N? And then R. Aim it at the oxmouth. Am I supposed to use... I don't think I'm supposed to use a mirror for this.
No,
No.
I'm giving you too much stuff, but you're running out of time.
Yes. Unless this is a cipher. Is there an A? Nope. X's. Unless this is a command word for the wand. My wizard is going to try and use an Arcana check to identify if there is an activation word for the wand that they're holding.
You assume, since most wands, no roll required to realize that most wands you require a command word.
Right. So, backwards. He is going to, my wizards are going to take the wand. He is going to aim it at the ox's mouth, and he is going to say, Wakraba Dalsadra Oladardrimsda.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. That's what I figured. Is this a replacement cipher? Ooh.
Did you do ciphers as a kid? Secret messages, that kind of stuff?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't have those books. Did you read the Hardy Boys?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. This is a cipher.
No,
No, it's not.
it's a secret message, but
It's a
it's not a
secret message.
cipher.
Yeah.
It's not even a code.
Oh, jeez. It's not even a code.
Nickel Cake, do you have any suggestions what he should do?
Oh, jeez. I'm failing here. This secret message. Trying to reverse the order. The order's not helping. No, Hearth, you don't get to just light everything on fire. No. We've spoken about this, Hearth.
Nope. The mirror is not the solution this
The
time.
mirror is not the solution this time.
But he does have everything that he needs.
Open sesame? No. Olo.
The instructions to aim it at the oxmouth was on the mirror.
Yeah.
And it was tough because not only did you have to read it in the mirror, you had to look at it
vertical as opposed to horizontal. The letters are stretched.
Yeah, so it didn't help much.
I'm going to give up.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me give you the instructions, see if you can figure it out from my instructions. Hold one end of the strip at a 45-degree angle from the pencil and wrap it around it so that the edges touch. Then continue winding the strip in such a fashion.
Okay. 45 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I see that letters are supposed to be lining up, but I'm still not seeing a
Try a thinner one.
thinner one.
Yeah, try a thinner one.
Okay. Wobran, Alems, Ire. Yeah. This one's messy.
Okay.
This one's messy today.
Wow. It's the wand. All right. This.
Ah.
Maybe we have to start from this side. 45-degree angle.
Mm-hmm.
Wrap it around so that it stays stuck.
Yeah. I see what they're trying to do, but
The wand. I'm gonna have to do it.
if I'm not given the proper tools, then I cannot.
All right.
Okay. What is it supposed to say?
Yeah, it needs to have a really thin wand apparently. Because what it's supposed to say
Mm-hmm.
is command word is Albrozar.
Albrozar.
Yeah. And I'm not sure how to get these things to line up.
That's it? The command word?
Yeah, but it seems like even this pen is too big.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to use only a pencil?
Let's see here.
It should be a number 2 pencil.
It should be a number 2 pencil. Let me go find a number 2 pencil.
Yep. And while he's doing that, we're going to set up for the...
Traps and riddles.
Well, no, we just did traps and riddles.
Yeah.
We're going to do unboxing. Hearth, go ahead and set up the links.
Yeah, it needed to be a number 2.
Yeah. Wow. So that's very specific. We need to follow those rules very carefully. So your number 2 pencil wand is what you have to use. And what is the... Can you read it now?
Command word is Albrozar. Yeah.
So what you do is you point the wand. I guess one of these could have done it too, but number 2 pencil's the secret.
Yeah.
This is a Murphy problem.
This was the Murphy's problem. So is this a win? Is this a loss? Is this a... How are we going to
We're
score this one?
going to score this a half win.
A half win.
So instead of 10 points, you get 5.
Okay. Okay. So
I'm not disappointed. You are.
okay, let's switch over to unboxing. Hopefully we will not have issues today.
$10 points per PC you make it through the secret door fireplace within 15 minutes. Yeah, it says you'll either get 40 points or none. I'm going to give you 20 points because of DM Fiat. You had the wrong sized one and a mirror that is a trick mirror. So
Yes.
well, no, it gets close, but I think that in order to make that work better, it should have been cut closer to the letters than it was.
Mind you, that one was easier to figure out than the last one. Okay, so we have we have Dungeon Crate, and we have Wondrous One-Shots. Which one do you want to go first?
Well, to put it in the order to make it easier for our buddy over there, Wondrous One Shots is first.
Okay.
At dungeoninAbox.com.
I also see this tube.
Yep, we'll do that tube last.
Okay. Reading comprehension and following skills directions are a skill. Yes, they are sometimes. And
because I said so. Yes, that's what Dungeon Master Fiat means. All right, we got the links up there, so we don't have to worry about that.
yeah,
Try not to cut the box itself.
try not to. And actually, I only scored the plastic. It did not go. It scored the
Cardboard a little bit, but yeah,
a little bit.
I can still use the box. I use the boxes for minis and other storage needs, which is why I always get mad when the mailman writes directly on the box. It only happens on the other thing.
Yes.
So show them the cover of the box. This is Wondrous One Shots. It is from a company by Dungeon in a Box. And if you go Dungeon in a Box, you'll find all kinds of choices and things to look at. So go ahead, let's open this one up and see what the story is. Wondrous One Shots are a module, a single module, and it will have all of the things you need for that module, except for dice, pencils, character sheets.
It looks like you have something for the cat as well.
Yes. Oh, my cat loves those. Those always have to get back to the cat.
Yes.
My son has used a couple of these Wondrous One Shots, and the Eccentric DM has used these Wondrous One Shots.
Okay.
So what's that first thing on there? I haven't seen that before.
So let's see here. We have this thing. Durborn's incantation. It looks like
It's an in-game prop.
Put down.
And there's an illustration on the back of the card.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what that has to do with the story, because I don't know yet.
Don't know yet. We have some more stuff. We have a field of green.
You know what that looks like? That looks like a magic eye image.
Yeah, it does. So if you tend to hurt your eyes by by staring into these magic eye ones while you're trying to cross your eyes, and maybe don't. But it has that thing on the back as well. Oh yeah, these definitely look like magic eyes.
Oh my goodness, what's on the other side of those? Anything? More of the giant tarot cards.
Yeah, these magic eyes aren't necessarily good for people who have visual impairments.
Like stigmatism. Some people, my wife Carolyn, doesn't do as well with those.
Mm-hmm.
I look at them usually, following the normal instructions. Hand me one, just one. I'm not going to close the box a little bit so that people can see this. This, I'm not going to tell you what the image is. But what you do is you put it on your nose.
Mm-hmm.
And then you slowly pull it away, letting your eyes go funky.
Yeah.
And then I can see an image on there.
Can you see the image?
Floats, yeah, I can see the image.
Okay.
And it floats there 3D. I'm pretty good at these.
Let's
In fact,
see.
as soon as I put it next to my eye, I could see what the image was. And then when I pull back, I get that nice 3D impact. But that's how this works. And I've got a 3D image here in front of me.
I'm not seeing it, but I've never been good at it. I just want to see the sailboat. Yes. Reference to mall rats.
Right.
Yes.
So that's all those image things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you do it. You put it up against your nose, and then you let your eyes go on focus until it becomes a 3D image.
Or you just get frustrated until you give up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I am wondering if I go to that Dungeon in a Box site myself, log in, because they have digital versions.
Yeah.
If they have translations.
I would hope so, because I feel like that's an accommodation issue. But in the meantime, we have you're inspected by quality control is again an illithid or a mind flayer or brain stealer, depending on the the copyright trademark. Brain eater, yes. The brain eater is your quality control. Ooh, we've got some monsters here.
Yep, we always get minis. They don't give us bases. I have lots of bases though. There looks like a
We've got a chimera.
chimera in costume
Yes.
and a very large.
Looks like a ringmaster.
Well, he's not the ringmaster, but he looks kind of like the ringmaster on horror steroids.
Oh, we have names. There's the Carnival Chimera,
Yeah,
the Prince of Pies, which is
the giant
there.
guy there.
Yes. Then we have Mr. Phenomenal, the Silent Partner, Clown 1 through 6.
Oh no!
So this, what's wrong?
I'm looking at the digitals,
Yeah.
and the images that they come up from the digital pack are identical.
Oh, okay.
So I am going to have to send a message to these people because I don't think they're watching me right now.
No.
Letting them know that we need to have the answers to these cards.
Well, let's see if potentially it's in the booklet. If this thing will open up for me. There we go.
Yeah, because I can reprint out the exact same things on the cards with the digital version, but
and we have an adventure, Mr. Phenomenal's Diabolical Carnival. And before I get into that, we have a map.
looks like a nice big map.
Yes. We have an exterior,
Carnival grounds.
Carnival grounds. And then inside the big top. Now I feel like this could work very, very well if you're, especially if you're doing like a follow-up to, Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Mm-hmm.
Wild Beyond the Witchlight is actually connected to another story, which is brought up in Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, where there's a dread domain specifically for the carnival.
Well, there's also Hecna.
What is Hecna?
Hecna is a diabolical carnival circus one done for 5th E, but it's an entire campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure you can get Hecna on D&D Beyond yet.
So, Dr. Phenomenal's Diabolical Carnival. Phenomenal's Diabolical Carnival is an adventure designed for 5, 6 level characters. Party of 4 adventurers. The adventure can be slotted into an existing campaign. Anybody home? Let's see if they have any. Let's see if I can find what the magic eyes are. They have stats for the Silent Partner. In my quick look, I'm not really seeing even the magic eyes.
Or reference to them?
Yeah. Midway Madness, Heart of the Maze, Navigating the Maze. No lookies. The top is decorated with depictions of Mr. Phenomenal's taming a chimera, doing magic, standing tall in a spotlight. Oh, here we are. Okay, viewing the stenograms. The Mystic Vision cards in this adventure are stenograms, a way of visually hiding an image with a complex optical pattern. Viewing the hidden image in an stenogram requires a little practice, but most people are able to do it once they learn the trick. To reveal the hidden image requires you to unfocus your eyes, similar to crossing your eyes, and look deep into the card until the image appears. To view the stenogram, hold the card directly in front of your eyes. Then slowly pull the card back from your face. But it says don't get discouraged, have patience. But I'm not seeing what it is.
So it doesn't have a translation or extra images for those people who, for some reason, cannot use these things. Because not everybody can use a stenograph.
Right.
Hand me a card.
One of these?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I don't even know if this is card 1, 2, or 12.
Yes. This would be a accommodations issue for example, people with stigmatisms, and Hearth does have a stigmatism. It's not something that he can control.
I'm seeing a gear.
A gear.
So
let me see if gears even show up.
Well, I can tell you that the Mystic Vision cards are labeled.
Oh, yes. There should be...
And the green one, according to this,
I'm guessing it's Skunk, Ring, Candy, 4, Gear, 8, Swords, and Star. Did you see any of those in the other one that you looked at?
Yeah, well, no, this one is definitely the gear. I'm not sure what I looked at on the other one. I have to look.
Let's take a look at that one.
Okay.
So I guess there is an actual answer key, but not in an obvious place.
Right. If you don't have the digital downloads and you don't see what they're labeled, like this one's number 8.
Yes. Okay, so if you'll notice in the incantation key,
Skunk, Ring, Candy, 4, Gear, 8, Swords, and Star.
yes.
Okay.
So there is
a one-word translation for these. But this could be a frustrating game for people who have trouble seeing these kind of things.
right there. Especially considering that they put the answer key in...
Well, okay, that
Yes.
answer key doesn't help.
The answer, yeah, it doesn't help.
Because
And the
I
answer's
don't know
required
which
for
ones
this.
are, what order they are or nothing.
Yeah.
But if I look at the list, it says Magic Eye 1, Ring Front. Magic Eye 2, Cross Swords. And those kind of things. All right, we need to move on because
Yes.
I do want to get at least another box opened.
That was
I
frustrating.
do want to talk to the writers, the producer of this thing here, and mention that is a difficult thing, and not accessible. A guide with what the image is supposed to look like
Yes.
for those who can't translate it would be useful.
And I understand that ruins it for some people, but
The dungeon master at least should be able to see it.
right. You know, do you push people out of the game because of accommodation issues,
Right.
as opposed to, well, if you can't figure it out, then here's the answer so that at least you can move past it.
Yeah. We may not end exactly at 9 o'clock today because of Murphy, but we are going to. And thank you, Hearth, for giving us the definition of astigmatism and all the other big words that we use and forget that everybody doesn't know what it means.
We really do appreciate the work that you do, Herb.
Okay, so Dungeon Crate.
We have Dungeon Crate.
DungeonCrate.com.
Here's the box. I know that you like the box toppers, which are right there.
Yeah, those little things there I can turn in for other products.
Yes.
Just like box tops and UPC codes and all that other stuff other companies have used. Mm-hmm. Also, it looks like the code is written on the inside of the cover, so don't show that too well, because that's for people who buy it. Mm-hmm. So go ahead, flip the whole box sideways.
You mean like this?
Yeah, like that, or even all the way around so that they can see the logo on the back. It doesn't matter. Just pull stuff out and describe to us what they are.
Ah, okay. So we have more cat toys.
Cat paper.
Cat paper. Let's put that over there. And we have the Dungeon Crate card.
Yeah, and one side is the is a mini character sheet, and the other side is a
That's the mini character sheet. There we go. And let's see what we have here. We've got a mystery dice set.
Okay, we've been getting mystery dice sets a decent number of times.
Let's see.
I think the last few times we've got mystery dice, haven't we?
I believe so.
So our collection just keeps growing. Mm-hmm. We'll need a separate room if we wanted to actually display our dice.
I have a room that you can store them in. Oh, these are green.
Green's a good color.
Green and gold. I think that's a nice, good contrast. Easy to read.
Good.
And this is one of the things that I tend to as a part of RPG research, and I've included this in my own personal analysis of things, is how easy is it to read?
The other thing people like to look at is whether they're sharp-edged or smooth-edged. Sharp-edged, for some reason, are supposed to be more accurate or more random.
So those are nice.
Okay.
Okay. We have, let's see here. Ooh, Icy Skulls. Icy Skulls.
Not edible, I hope.
I hope not. Let's pop this thing open. You know, full disclosure, I'm a massive, massive fan of skulls. I'm almost always wearing some form of skull on me.
But no matter how much of a skull lover is, he promises not to collect the real things from involuntary people.
Yeah, for involuntary people. I may purchase one, I have like a nice, really good replica that I'm happy with.
Other than the fact that it's been broken, I had one of the most realistic replicas. It was used in schools.
Ah. So, tiny little skulls.
They're this plastic.
Yeah.
They're not pencil toppers. They're not dice things. They're just skulls,
There's 5 of them.
which makes good decoration.
Yeah. Oh, floating fez. There we go.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can move this over here. There we go.
All right, what else we got here?
Oh.
Carolyn loves stickers.
Uh-huh.
What do we got for stickers?
Well, we have some product placement stickers.
That happens.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Ah, nice. I should put that on my home computer because I play Baldur's Gate 3 on it.
Yes. There's also Dungeon Meshi.
Which is Hungry in the Dungeon?
Delicious in Dungeon.
Delicious in Dungeon, yeah,
Yes.
Dungeon Meshi.
This is an amazing anime. I absolutely love it.
It does have one problem though.
The next season isn't out yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As long as we're on the same page with that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing wrong. Is season 3 done yet? Okay, we have We have a skeleton from Reaper, Darkhaven Miniatures. It is a skeletal owlbear.
Oh my, undead owlbears.
You want me to open that up?
Sure.
Okay. I'll probably also put it together a bit.
Okay.
Come on. Come on.
No, I don't think season 3 is done yet. And if it is done, it hasn't been released yet.
It hasn't been released yet. I don't think so. I would be
Not even in Japanese.
I'm all over Dungeon Meshi. It is one of the anime that I'm actively watching as it comes out.
I heard a rumor, but it's probably not true, that they will put out a Dungeon Meshi cookbook.
Oh, I would love that. Okay, so it is one where you'd have to clip it from the base.
See, where you're clipping it from is called sprues.
Yes.
All that extra stuff there.
So we have a... I don't want to clip that, but we've got a base.
Mm-hmm.
We have an arm. And then we have the rest of the skeleton. This is for an owlbear. Now... maybe a dire owlbear, because it's got little spikes on the top of the head.
Well, yeah, that could be possible.
Yeah.
Or it could be just, you know, somebody thinks that the feathers for that a horned owl has have horns in them, as opposed to just being a tuft of feathers that make a horn shape.
Mm-hmm.
So it may be somebody who didn't pay that much attention to biology.
Yeah.
I mean, I could look it up and see if that's actually the right way for a bear skeleton to look.
Yeah, or an owl. Well, specifically, if it's an owlbear, that'd be an owl's head.
Right, it's an owl's head.
Yeah.
So the horns should be feather tufts, not actual horns. But the rest of the skeleton should be bear.
Right. And I feel like, because I know that the owl heads, those eye sockets are too small.
Right.
For an owl skull, the eye sockets are massive because owls have massive eyes and tiny brains.
So the person who did this has a general idea how skeletal structures work, but I don't think they looked too closely at what a bear plus owl would look like.
I also feel for an owlbear, you definitely want to incorporate the owl's neck, because then you have the close to 180-degree rotation.
Well, I don't think they did that in this thing or looked at that close.
No,
but
I just feel like for an owlbear,
it's free.
Yeah, it's free.
Well, not free. I paid for the subscription. We do not have sponsors. We do want sponsors, but we don't have sponsors.
Yeah.
So everything that you see us open on these shows were purchased by RPG Research or one of the RPG Research volunteers.
Yes. But I feel, and this is just, take this into your home games. Owlbears can now rotate their heads like owls.
I always thought they could.
I think that is terrifying. I love it.
I mean, if you don't put 360 vision on them, you're wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
So we have some stats.
What is that?
For the Lindworm Terror, which is a large undead.
And it looks like a plant monster.
Yeah. Lindworm.
A lindworm from Mayans is like a dragon, but without wings or feet. It's just a giant draconic serpent.
Yeah, like a worm. You know, basically a double entendre on the worm. But this has nothing to do with worms, other than maybe it attracting some.
Or maybe it's made of worms? I don't know.
Vine Slam, it's a plant. It's an undead plant.
Well, maybe in this case, Lindworm is a place.
Maybe. And then we have the Heirloom Blade.
And the stats should be both be in 5th edition and Pathfinder.
Pathfinder. And there's your image.
Okay.
Nice green glow.
Now, these cards usually, not 100% of the time, usually correspond to the module that comes along here.
Yes, which is Back to the Skull. Level 4. We've got a... That is a nice... I like these types of maps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this this is one of the modules. One of the cards may fit to this module. This is a small, a bigger than normal. Usually these are just one page.
Yes,
front and back.
it flips open. There's the inside.
And look, there's monsters on the bottom.
Or at least it looks like an evolving guy. But we've got, let's see here, 1, 2, 4 different areas statted out.
Nice.
So I guess that associates with the
4 areas.
2, 3, and 4 areas.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's back to school. There's an umlaut over the U in skull.
Cool.
They're getting fancy with their spelling.
Yeah.
That's how I'm able to get certain characters in World of Warcraft. I'll use alternate letters.
Oh yeah, I've had to do that more than once.
So, and there it is again.
Or you get really weird, like instead of Errol Finn, I did Arrow Finn.
Errol Finn, yeah.
Instead of Errol Flynn.
And then we have Demon of Lindworm Creek. So that's what the Lindworm is from.
Right.
There's
so
the-
Lindworm Creek, Lindworm is a location.
Yes.
All right.
There's the running the adventure. Some plant themes I see. I'm not gripping things properly. We've got some type of character here. I don't trust him.
You're a map for this?
I'm checking. Yes. There's a map for the well.
Now, if you go to the digital page, you can print out these maps, expand them to the size you need, or you can just draw them the old-fashioned way.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and pop open the last maps, because...
Oh, and some nice sketches.
Oh, cool.
Oh, one last thing.
Oh, what is this?
There's this thing. I don't know if you want me to construct this.
No, we're already 9 minutes over.
Yeah, that looks like a trebuchet of some sort.
It is a catapult.
Catapult, yes.
Yeah, dice thrower.
So let's box this up for you.
All right.
Make sure I don't abscond with your stickers. Don't want you patting me down.
You don't have to worry about it. My wife will pat you down with a bowling pin.
Oh, I know, which is why I'm not going to test her. And I don't want your cat coming after me. So,
All the papers go in.
yes, all the papers go in. Now, I showed this at the beginning. We have
This is made by
game map.
WizKids.
Yep.
I purchased it from Mini Market because it was on sale real cheap.
okay.
It is, but it's still on sale. You just won't get as cheap as I purchased it for.
Okay. Ooh, that is the new smell. Oh yeah, I forgot you. I apologize. You want to check to see if this will actually trigger a smell?
I doubt it, but we'll try. I smell aerosol.
Yeah.
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 I actually do smell something in this case, which is very rare.
Yes. I just figured it's a fairly strong smell.
I can smell marijuana every time it's near. I can also smell rendering plants. So why do I only smell the very strong,
Bad
terrible
stuff.
smells?
Okay, so we have a nice winter wonderland. The war against Halloween has begun.
Yeah. Well, this is not a Halloween thing. It's actually written for a horror story.
Yeah, but it's snow, and it's Christmas fighting the war against Halloween again. There is a war against Halloween against Christmas. Christmas shot first.
Right. The Thing was set in winter with snow.
Yes.
Krampus, which is a Christmas horror.
Yeah.
There are Halloweens with winter, but there are also horror stories that are set in winter. This particular module, if you'll hand me the roller, the whole tube
Yeah.
without the lid. This is for Icewind Dale, which is labeled by Wizards of the Coast as a survival horror story.
Yes.
So just because there's snow on the ground in Antarctica doesn't mean it's a Christmas story.
Uh-huh.
All right. So these are
beautiful
high
maps.
quality maps because they're
Laminated.
laminated. They are on a cloth backing. You can write on these with dry erase or wet erase markers.
I'd be afraid to, because I keep on. The amount of times I'm like, oh, this will work, and we draw on it, and then it never comes off.
Right.
Yeah.
I probably won't dry on this. I've got all kinds of things I can use.
Yeah.
One of the neat tricks I do is I have a thing of plexiglass.
Uh-huh.
And I will lay that over the map and write on the plexiglass rather than writing directly on the map.
I'm wondering, do these two connect?
No,
Oh, they're two different maps.
they're two different maps, two different areas.
Okay.
But they're useful, and the fact that I can use them in other campaigns, it doesn't have to be Icewind Dale, makes me so. I collect maps,
Yes.
and I have surprised people on how I have pulled out a near perfect representation of what I need from an entire different game system, let alone different. It wasn't the map that was drawn for it, but it fits it good enough.
Yeah, just like how we noticed the diabolical carnival, and I felt like that would work very, very well for the carnival adventure. In the as one of the dread domains in Van Rutting's guide.
Yeah, Wild against Witchlight.
Too Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Yeah, and this is really any carnival that you wanted to do could become from that.
Thank you.
All right, we've kept you all too late. If anybody is still awake, including our tech crew, we would like to say thank you. We are going to hopefully be less Murphy'd next week when we will be talking about LARPs, live action role playing.
Yep.
And we will be talking to somebody who is trying to start their own LARP. Come join us. We'll also do the second Challenge of Champions, and our Just Talking stuff, as usual, will be decided upon.
Oh, wait. Earth, wake up. Wake up, Earth.
We're here. Come on.
We're trying to wrap up.
Donate to RPG Research. Tell all your friends about us. We love you. What do you have to say?
Have a good night. Thank you for being with us.
And dream well.
Good night.
Dream well.
Even the ending we messed up.
I know. It's have a good night.